Record heat, hurricanes, wildfires, all have been making news in recent years. And while there is often disagreement over whether events like these are a direct result of climate change, a large majority of Americans feel the U.S. does need to address the issue. CBS News Elections and Surveys Director Anthony Salvanto is here now with an Earth Day themed CBS News poll. Anthony, thanks so much for joining us. How do Americans feel today about taking steps to fight climate change, and why?
Hey there, Amy. Well, you look at this big number. In principle, 70% of Americans favor the U.S. taking steps to reduce climate change. Now, there's some disagreement over the particulars of that, and there's a couple of things underneath that I want to show you. The first one is young people in particular are in favor of this. You see it moves up to 3/4 among those under 30, a little bit less so, but still a majority for those over 65. There's another factor here, Amy, and that is the financial one. And oftentimes the trade-off has been presented to people as, can folks afford it? Can the U.S. afford this? Well, take a look at this. A slightly larger number think that efforts to reduce climate change will help rather than hurt the economy, but it's not a big gap. And that underscores some of the divisions. If people feel like there's a personal trade-off or it may affect their pocketbook, that's when they're more likely to oppose those kinds of efforts, Amy.
Well, Anthony, a lot of people have been experiencing extreme weather. So how does that impact views?
Well, indeed. I mean, you take a look at a lot of what's happened even in Southern California over these last few years, right? One of the things we see is that when people feel like their area has in fact experienced extreme weather, they are more likely to think that climate change should be addressed right now. That number goes up to a big 69%. And in fact, I'll show you, we find that half the people say that their area has experienced that. So that gives you a little bit of insight. Once people experience something, once people see and feel it firsthand, that it connects to their thinking. And that's a big part underscoring a lot of what's been happening here, Amy.
Well, Anthony, turning to the politics of it, how do people feel about the Biden administration's efforts on renewable energy and climate change?
Well, for starters, they don't know a lot about them. We ask, how much have you heard or read about what the Biden administration has done? Only 14% say that they've heard a lot. I think that sets up an interesting campaign dynamic in this election year. We know that a large part of Joe Biden's base, I mentioned young people, they're an important part of the Democratic base. People who feel that climate change is the important issue, that's folks that he may have to do more messaging to reach out to, right? The other part of this, too, is do people know whether or if there have been federal funds going to climate change issues to help them in their state? Again, we get 2/3 who say they're not sure. That points again to underscoring that potential messaging issue. Again, climate change is important. It's important to a lot of people. It's not the #1 issue. That still ranks as the economy. But you do see for an important part of that Democratic base especially, this is something that we're going to be watching throughout the campaign, Amy.
All right, Anthony, thanks so much for sharing your insights. Interesting to see how it all stacks up.